Today is February 6th, and James Paxton is getting surgery. His back hurts a little bit, and then we've got a ton of voicemails to take. Let's do it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jomboy. I'm coming to you from the Bronx, and I have my co-host Jake, who's wearing the same hat as me, and he's coming to you from Denver, Colorado. We're here to talk some Yankees, but first and most importantly, we got to give a big shout-out to Omar Richardson and Sammy Williams, our two most recent patrons. We appreciate you guys. Patreon.com/TalkinYanks if you would like to support us and sponsor the next episode. Thank you. Jake, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while.
Jim, we've seen a lot of each other. Doing good. Same hat. Yours frontward, mine backward, because I'm cool. I just
cool,
felt really attacked from a Reddit post I just saw that popped up on Instagram because I don't know how to Reddit. And the Reddit post was titled, "People who shove their school papers in their backpack with no binder folder. Where are you now?"
Yeah.
And that's, that cuts deep. that cuts really deep because I don't know, but I'm here. And I'm excited to talk some Yanks. Although we're opening with kind of a first somber news in what? 4 months?
And are you blaming us because of the biggest fears and injuries was a fear? And we didn't even mention the fear that Paxton could get hurt. So in a way, yes, maybe you can blame us, but also that means everyone else that we did mention isn't getting hurt.
Yeah. And I mean, you just pin this on the old training staff and keep it moving and that's obvious.
It's an interesting injury. So if you hadn't heard, he got a cyst on his back. He needs to have back surgery. He's going to be out 3 to 4 months, which puts him near the end of May to come back and start pitching again. Slides Hap up to the 4 spot and open audition for the 5th spot. It happened in that game in Texas at the end of the year when he was out on the mound. Everyone thought he shit himself or got a cramp or something. They didn't say anything was wrong. The Texas doctor and the Yankee doctor who was on that trip, Lindsay Adler wrote a great article about this, saw him and said, you can probably get that shot up and go out there and pitch again. And he did that. And he, had a good start at the end of the playoffs. That was really well. And then they said moderate it, see what's going on in the offseason to try and stop the pain. It never went away. They couldn't stop it. Now he needs to get surgery. A lot of what I'm seeing, Jake, is like, why didn't they do surgery 3 months ago? And to those people, I'd kindly say you're forgetting that he's like not just a baseball pitcher and a human being, and like back surgery ain't something to fuck around with. Like just because he's an athlete doesn't mean like, ooh, I felt a tweak. Let's go have surgery on my spine and my back.
Right.
I think you try to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, and I think the timeline that you need to be thinking about is a month ago, because that's when this injury kind of reappeared or was still nagging him, and James Paxton was like, hey, something's up. And yeah, I mean, it's not like a baseball injury. I mean, it is, but it's not like, oh yeah, he hurt his lat pitching. Like, no, this is a cyst on his spine or something? So it's a significant injury, and yeah, that was the part that sucked, was the people saying like, oh, the Yankees are back on their old stuff, missing injuries. Like, no, this goes back a month ago, and they had to do tests to like find out what was going on because this wasn't a normal injury. They had to get different checks and stuff. I think you're looking it up now. If not, bad preparation by us. But yeah, I think it was a cyst on the spine or cyst in the lower back.
Even better than that, P. Bish, Talking Yanks
Right.
listener, he said he messaged me, in case you want some insight, I work in the operating room in New York City. I don't know if P. Bish wanted me outing that. He said a lumbar discectomy is done to remove a piece of disc that is putting pressure on a nerve that can cause a good deal of pain. The thing that they didn't say that they had to do a laminectomy, which would be removing part of the vertebrae, and I'm lost, and I think we're all lost. But anyway, he said anyone throwing shade on the situation, you never have back surgery unless it's absolutely necessary. And then he covered it up. So it's a lot of words that I don't understand. I don't ever plan on understanding. But he was in pain, and they needed to fix the pain. That's the end.
Right. Yeah, and so following up on that, before we feel like we're ragging on people for ragging on Paxton, it does suck. We got Garrett Cole, and the one of the bigger things I've been pushing is how great does that make our 2-3-4? And I'll kick something I say all the time to something you say all the time, is that you need about 8 starting pitchers heading into a baseball season. And this is why we've kind of been on the don't trade J Happ trade. This is why there wasn't any J Happ trade noise, because the second they found this out about Paxton, I think J Happ was off the table.
Yeah, they said they've been getting
I don't
offered.
know if he was ever.
No, they were taking
how
offers.
Much he was ever on the table. But
according to Adler's report, he was.
Yeah, that's that funny taking offers area. Who's available? Blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, Hapster's going to be here, so now I think it's funny that I've seen a lot of people starting to join the Jakey train of like, I could see Hap being good this year, and that's just because he's going to pitch, and that's something we do as Yankee fans. We brainwash ourselves, and that's fine. But yeah, J Hap's going to be a part of this team. Monty is going to be a big part of this team, and I guess it's going to be an interesting conversation at spring training. What does that look like? Because it sounds like our boy Sess is in the mix, Mikey King. This has now jumped up to probably the number one story of spring training.
That fifth spot. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Okay? Do you mind?
Can you just be quick about it? Because we're on the mics right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be as quick as I can. We have the Yankees. They open up with the Orioles, then there's an off day. Okay, then they play 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Let's see, 5, 6 in a row. Okay. Then there's an off day. Then they play a lot in a row. So there's not that many off days at the beginning of the season. Then there's an off day. I was seeing how many times they could go through with just 4 starters,
Right.
Because, if he's back early May, is that the reports, early May, best case?
That would be the best case.
Okay.
I think June 1's probably would be the Vegas over-under.
That's probably when it happens. Because my thinking was, Jake, and now I need to make sure before I say this. My thinking was, last year he made how many starts? Did he get hurt? He made 5 starts in June and 2 in May. Does that make sense? Did he get hurt in May?
Yeah, he got hurt in May originally.
How many starts do you usually make a month? 5?
Around 5. 33 a year. 33, 32 a year.
So how many starts are we talking here? 6? Best case 6,
No.
Worst case 10?
Yeah, I mean, we're best case 5 or 6. I'd say average you're looking at 8 to 10. Worst case, Moss.
If it's best case 5, 6, 6, who cares?
Wow.
Didi missed the first month of 2017. No one cared in the end. It's not like this is going to make the Yankees not good. And
Right.
if he's back by June 1 for the back end and then the playoffs, we really will look back at this and not care.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, now, like I said, everyone's brainwashing themselves on the J Happ trade. How about, Monty comes out, shoves for too much. We just flip him for Lindor. Problem solved.
No, you know what? I was pretty mad at Cashman for saying all the names he said in competition for the 5th starter.
Yeah, I could see you not liking that. I love that.
Fuck are you talking about, Cash?
It's so good.
I know he listens to random episodes on his drives. Cash, you don't mean that. Who did he name? I'm going to try and find the tweet for anyone that didn't see it.
Okay, let me try to think. So it was my final guess is going to be Monty, Sessa, King, Davey. I feel like I'm missing one.
Sessa was definitely there. King, Garcia. I don't know. I'm trying to find it, and this is probably pissing him off. Montgomery, Sessa, Lasagna, Davey, King. I think this person put Clark Schmidt on there, but that's definitely not happening. I mean, that's
Clarky.
He hasn't even pitched in AAA yet, right?
I mean, yeah, Clarky and Davey, however you shake it, they're not going to open the season on the roster because even if they're lights out, they're going to do service time stuff.
Neither is King, dude. I mean, unless there's injuries, it's Montgomery's spot. Why did Cashman open it up? He just wants the young guys to be competitive in spring. That's fine. Unless Monty's a bag of shit, it's his spot.
I think that's a good way to phrase it. Yeah, because
that's what Cash should have said.
Experience out there. I mean, this is one of the original OG, not you and I agreeing on each other. I like Monty as a 5th starter. But I don't know. Baseball moves fast. And I don't know. Michael King, he would have to show out at camp. Absolutely. Lasagna, I think that could be a discussion. Sessa, I think, unfortunately, could be a discussion that none of us want to have just because we're so happy that we finally found a role for him. But it's Monty's to lose. I don't, it would have to be something pretty ugly for him to not to. And I think the bigger thing is that Monty's arm talent control, the basic stuff looks good in spring training. Because, I honestly don't want to be there in week 2 and the Yankees and Cashman and Boone are doing this. Yeah, well, we're going to see when we get there. We could do a lot of different things.
It's getting more and more nerdy and whiny as we go.
A little bit. Well, that was me combining their voices. So, I don't know. I think it's root for Monty. Hey, man. Johnny Lasagna's got that plus stuff. If he could give me a spring training like Herman did last year, where he looks a little tighter and moved up a little bit, like I could jump on that train. But I think it's Monty's to lose. And again, in spring training, you have to do something pretty tragic to lose it.
It's Monty's to win. Sessa shouldn't even be considered. Like, he had a good season in the bullpen. Keep him in the bullpen. Davey Garcia and Clark Schmidt they have to go to the minors and continue to develop. Mike King, probably the same thing. And then the tricky situation is, and you guys will hear this in 2 weeks because we're recording all our PPP mini episodes, but we talking about Chad Green and said they're probably just going opener. They probably go Chad.
Yeah, they very well could.
Chad to Gumby, Chad to Lasagna.
What was our record with the opener last year?
I think it was 70-2.
or something.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. You're right. I undershot
around it.
Yeah. That's probably what they do, right?
Yeah. I will say this, and I think you're right with the opener, but at the same time, maybe they'll save that in the bag of tricks and want to see if Monty can find his form out there or Loizaga. But yeah, that's probably the case. And I just want to say to all the J-Hap trade people, I mean, right now we're an injury away from moving that up a step more and having, either Monty, Johnny Lasagna, or Mike King as an integral part of this team. And that's why you don't trade J-Hap.
Yeah. And they knew this. So imagine if they traded Hap and then announced this surgery, how dumb that would look.
Yeah, that would have been very Mets-ish. Oops. Oopsie daisy.
So you've had an accident.
God.
Oops.
Good for them.
No. All right, so we've done that. You want to get into the fun voicemails?
Yeah, let's get into the voicemails and get James Paxton healthy. And again, if you're saying something dumb around his injury, stop, because it's also his contract year and stuff. So I think they're gonna play it safe with Paxton. I think June 1st is probably the date to watch out for.
I mean, their Yanks are going to be up like 10 games. They're not going to push
like
it.
110 games, yeah.
That's too many, Jake.
Yeah, we'll see. And I don't know, man. That June 1st still isn't. That's like just hitting the stride of the season. Like the Rays will still be dancing around by then.
Where?
In the AL East race, the Yanks won't be up 10 games by June 1st.
15?
I'm thinking, closer to that.
Okay.
Hey guys, Andrew from Hell's Kitchen. I understand that you guys are annoyed that the Jeter defense stuff is being done to death, but I think it's very important to acknowledge that one, it's true, and also when it comes to Jeter being on good teams, the same people that give Jeter credit for doing that.
I love Andrew from Hell's Kitchen. There's no way in hell I'm talking about Jeter's defense. I mean, just like absolutely zero chance we're doing that.
Wasn't a problem.
Hey guys, it's James Esposito. First, I'd like to point out how in the last voicemail episode, Bubak called my question about the showers weird, and that wasn't very nice. But for real, my question is, if the only way Garrett Cole were to be a Yankee was for you to own a cat, would you do it? Because I know how much you hate cats. And by the way, love you, Bubak. Peace.
Okay, Espo coming back with no shower question. The only way Garrett Cole's a Yankee is we have to buy a cat. Can I treat the cat like my aunt does?
I think that's where things get tricky, and I hope you dive into that, because I think you said own a cat, and it's what does that entail? Because like the cat can't be in rooms with me.
Yeah, I can own an outside cat and just let it fend for itself with the collar on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I get like a cool, like a zoo animal type cat and work out something with the zoo, because I can't just have a normal cat in my house, because then I will be sick, basically.
I'll be dead. My contacts will have red. My eyes will be red. I'll be sneezing nonstop. Then my asthma will kick in. So no, I just want the Yankees to win without Cole instead of me having to live in the same room with the cat. Oh man, new office. So new office, we have a cat that just hangs out by the garbage.
Cat.
And the other day I was recording in here, man, and every time I looked out the window, the cat was staring at me. I don't know if it's because it was late at night and we were the only room with lights on still. You'll see it when you're here. It's a white cat. And it was just like staring me down through the window.
I've seen that cat. It's one of the first things I noticed about the office.
Yeah, so I had to take the garbage out last night. It's late at night, open the thing, get a bag of garbage in my hand. I walk out there, 2 cats in between me and the garbage bags, stray cats.
Play possum?
One of them possummed, and then the white one that was staring at me ran away.
Oh, I was asking if you played possum.
Oh, I froze up big time. And then I was like, oh, what do I do here? Do I throw the garbage over them? Do I walk through the cat alley?
Yeah.
And I kind of did a mixture of both and then like tiptoed away scared. Fuck cats. No, I wouldn't own a cat and live with it in the same space for Cole to be on the team.
Thanks, Espo. Don't need it. He's on the team.
Yeah, he did it anyway.
Hey, did someone tell Call alive? Oh, okay. Hey, it's Bubak. Couple things here. Let's see. Check my notes. Oh, yeah. I'd like your take on this idea I have, fellas. I think Hap needs to drop the J.A. and go throwback and use James Anthony. Remember when Britton dropped the H for a K? Britton with an H in 2018 had a 3.10 ERA. And in 2019, with a K, had a 1.1 ERA. Excuse me, 1.91 ERA. Coincidence? I think not. Jake, Your Highness, I can't wait for Story Day. Stay golden, boys. I love you more than Artie. Bubak out.
What's Story Day?
That's the day in Bubak's hometown in Nebraska when it's my day.
Oh, it's when you drive through and you do a one-man show as you drive through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a golf tournament or something. We're figuring out the logistics, but
Are you stopping in Grand
not
Island?
this trip. I mean, we're building up to it. I mean, this is probably
Okay.
a 3 years from thing now. Festival. I like to see fire trucks, things like that.
Okay.
But we're building up to it.
Okay.
And I'll start off.
Yeah.
James Anthony Happ is a power name.
Yeah. That's someone like prestige, right?
Yeah.
James Anthony Happ. That's a model. You know what? That's a model. Like that guy walks down runways. He does hard pivots and smug faces. And you say, here comes James Anthony Happ wearing mahogany shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe he should.
Maybe you should go J. Anthony H.
I never understand, and anyone that's listened to Talkin Yanks, I mean, it's dumb spiel. Like J.A. Happ, but you just go by the first initial. It's bullshit, dude. Why even give us the A?
No, he's going by the first and second initial put together. J.
No, that would be Ja.
No,
like
it's J. That's what that's his thing.
Ja Rule.
Great.
It'd be like Ja
I like
Rule.
James Anthony H.
James A. Happ.
And 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run by James Anthony H.
I don't like that at all.
I love it.
James
So
Anthony
weird.
Happ's good. It is weird. James Anthony Happ's good. Next.
Happ's weird.
Hey, Jomboy Jake. This is Phil from Austin. Sorry, I haven't called in a long time. So I've been waiting to call because I wanted to get a good question, but I think I got one. So I was wondering if you guys would ever be interested in maybe broadcasting a game, maybe over the Patreon chat or something like that. I know they talked on R2C2 about having like a real cool broadcast where people aren't afraid to swear, aren't afraid to, speak their minds. I don't know if there's any like legal trouble you get in trouble like with MLB, but I think it'd be super cool to have you guys broadcast a game. Maybe put it over Patreon, maybe not. I don't know. All right, guys. Go Yanks.
I think since we're going to be in the office, there's some plans for like a companion stream, where you can put Jake and I on this and whoever else is in the office on the second stream. Kind of like what I've been doing on Periscope for the last 3 years, but just a little more formatted with a little more people involved. I think that's the closest we'll get, right?
Yeah, I mean MLB won't let us show actual footage. If you've watched, I've gone live on Instagram, you've gone live on Periscope, and normally within the first 5 comments it's show the game, and no, that's illegal.
Illegal.
But yeah, sure.
We'll do it.
Look out. Yo, it's TD calling a couple IPAs deep. Had a question for you guys, something I'm really struggling with. I want you to really think about it, too. In an ideal season where everything goes right, it's July 10th, Friday. Texas Rangers are in town. Got our number 5 starter in line to take the ball. Do you want that number 5 starter to be Monty or Domingo? Or maybe something else, maybe something cool I don't even know about. Let me know what you think.
Okay. Jake, do you want Monty or Domingo pitching on July 10th?
Thanks for calling, TD. I think Yaba. Man, God, this is like we talked about this mental hurdle, like it's an easy thing, but I mean, if Domingo Germán is allowed to pitch by Major League Baseball, in our heads that should be fine, and he's a better pitcher than Jordan Montgomery, so I'd like Domingo.
Yeah, but you're not even taking into the fact that we're talking about July here.
Right.
You're just acting like this is any old game.
Right.
When it was
Domingo loves the heat.
It was, well, don't say that. It was specifically July. Jordan Montgomery's stats in July,
Right.
Jake, are terrible.
Okay. Good build up.
5.9 ERA. Domingo stats in July. 5.74 ERA. So 5.74 versus 5.9. Wow. Both bad. Okay, I'd take Hap. Sorry, TD. Taking Hap.
Hap.
What do you think,
James
Hap?
Anthony H.
James Anthony H. That's bad, man. James Anthony is pretty good. What do you think Hap's career July splits are? You think better or worse than 5.7?
Better. I mean, lifetime 4.3.
4.64.
Okay.
Also one of his worst months. But taking
high.
Hap per the stats. Okay. Next, what number voicemail is that? Have you been counting and keeping track in your head?
3? I don't know.
Okay. It was 6.
Jake, jomboy, how's it going, guys? My name's Justin. Thanks for playing this voicemail, or at least listening to it. My question for you guys is about the ridiculous number of catchers that the Yanks are inviting to spring training this year. I'm just looking at the list. We've got Chris Iannetta, Eric Kratz, the Crafty, Josh Tolley, Winston Sawyer. Love that guy, Winston Sawyer. My question for you is, how many home runs would Winston Sawyer have to consecutively hit in order to, let's say, he's not going to get the backup job. We all know that. That's Higgy. But how many consecutive home runs does Winston Sawyer have to hit in spring training to at least get the starting Triple-A job? Thanks.
Okay. We do have a lot of catchers, and if anyone's wondering why they have so many catchers, it's because Higashioka's out of options, means they can't send him down to the minor leagues, and Gary's there. So if one or Gary or Higgy get hurt, you have to pull up someone from AAA. The Yankees don't have any near MLB-ready prospects at the catching position because they traded them all away because they were really good at developing catchers. They have a couple that are down the line, so they're just stocking up AAA with kind of these quadruple A or end of their career catchers in case of emergency. They all get invited to camp. Iannetta, Kratzy, Tolley, and Winston Sawyer, who's never made his debut. He's 27 years old, Jake. He's been in Baltimore's organization, the Dodgers, and then Minnesota. Last year, in 43 games at AAA, he hit 2 home runs. How many home runs would he have to hit to beat out Kratzy, Iannetta, Tolley for
consecutively?
I don't even know if that matters.
I think it does a little bit.
Like, the number has to be so high that it doesn't matter if they're consecutive or not. It has to be like 10. And then at that point, who cares?
I think you're underestimating consecutive home runs. If we hear Winston Sawyer is on his 6th straight at-bat with a home run, that turns some heads.
Yeah, but then you have 3 weeks left where he can go, like, terrible. So you'd rather it spread out than just one surge.
Right, but that's not the question, Jen.
So I know the question is the same either way. It has to be 10.
Not the same.
For me, the answer is the same, 10.
Okay. 10 straight at-bats with a home run.
Or just 10 home runs in minor league spring training. Not minor league, just spring training.
I think it would have to be 7.
I mean, Kratzy is the AAA catcher whether he goes hitless or not in spring.
I don't know. They brought in a lot of bodies. If Iannetta and Tolley and Sawyer are raking, they can let one of those guys go.
Yeah. And then Kratz will stay.
All right.
You're not getting these guys for their offense. You just want them to be able to catch the minor league pitchers.
Right.
And be a good
Winston
guy.
Sawyer's ready to rake, man. He's having a later in life career boost like Kratz did.
You like his name, Winston Sawyer? He's got a Y in his first name, and he's got a W and a Y in his first name and last name. How about that?
I kind of do. Southern?
No, San Diego.
Oh, hate it.
Yeah. Wait. He has a Y and a W in his middle name, too.
Yeah, out.
Winston Selwyn Sawyer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
So
brutal.
glad I bailed.
He's got a Y, a W, and an S in all three of his names.
Right.
What the fuck's that about? Winston Selwyn Sawyer. Not rooting for him anymore.
Sorry.
It's tough.
Tough break.
Yeah. I mean, just a bad job by the parents there. Too many Ys, too many Ws. They're novelty. You can't stack them up.
Sup, Jimmy? Sup, Jake? It's Artie from Providence. Just finished dinner, feeling pretty good. Except for this Paxton news, but I'm not calling about that, because everyone's going to be calling about that. My question is for Jake. Jake, have you ever thought, like, what if Jimmy sucks and you're the normal one? Probably not, but, like, what if? I don't know. Just in my thoughts here. All right, let me know, guys. Love you. Bye.
Artie hits those hard buys. Makes me laugh.
You hit that buy note. What was the question?
What if I suck and you don't?
Right. I mean, it's the elephant in the room, right?
What?
It's like...
Yeah? Go on.
Like when you call a fat guy tiny.
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So...
But the opposite sometimes.
But sometimes the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, in conclusion...
We got there, and everyone understands perfectly.
Tiny.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Artie, for that question.
Thank you, Artie.
Really thought-provoking response. Do you know I got high the other night, made a burner account?
Oh, my God. Burning and burners, the jomboy story.
Yeah. I just respond to your tweets with it.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I figured you would figure it out in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You
gave some pretty big hints on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was laughing so hard when I was doing it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Did you go see who that account followed?
Account.
Did you see
Yeah,
who that
I did.
Did that weird you out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh man, I was just laying in bed. Katie was sleeping. I was high and I was just dying.
Yeah.
It's a good account.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think there's a certain friend's trust level where if you have a burner, like you get one shot at the screenshot call out. And I thought about screenshotting and being like, hey, this is you. But then it didn't even seem worthwhile. So, but I'm glad you found time for that.
I'm going to use it. It's fun. I thought about making a new one every day. Just whenever
Do you remember when one of our friends had a burner that was like attacking me and like he wasn't a cool burner?
No, it was mean.
Yeah, it was mean. I was like, hey man, I don't think you get burners.
I'm not being mean to you.
No, you're not.
Just having conversations.
Like a gentle little creature or two of them.
Well, no, nothing like that. Okay, hold on. You should have seen how much I was laughing.
I'm happy for you.
I was just laying in bed, like
Laughing.
It's good to laugh, man. Some people don't even do it.
Gotta laugh.
It's number 9.
Best medicine.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Ben from Oklahoma.
Also, some of the actual medicine works good too.
Some of that works.
Just had kind of a funny thing to change the tone from all the cheating stuff and the fake Arenado trade rumors. So Voigt's already come out and said that he is in the best shape of his life. Who are the other few going to be that are going to come out and say, yeah, I'm in the best shape of my life? my vote's on Paxton and
Tough.
maybe Hap, but he might be past that stage. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Ben, great call. Terrible guesses, man. He guessed
Bad timing.
He
Bad
guessed.
timing.
He guessed. Ben guessed the guy who just got back surgery, and then he guessed Hap, who's like, if he tried to tell us he's in the best shape of his life, we'd be like, Hap, come on.
Yeah. No,
You're
but
old.
Ben was on to something with James Anthony H. James Anthony H. His spring training bingo, which I guess we should start that because we're thinking about it. James Anthony H's spring training bingo is the guy that started a new workout. Like he's either got a new diet or a new workout routine where he feels great. He's never done this before, but he's not in the best shape of his life.
No.
Because he's an old man.
No. This is what I hope Hap did this offseason to prep for this season. Absolutely nothing.
Ooh, okay.
I hope he's like, hit that age. We're like, hey, if it happens, it happens. If not, it doesn't. And that's the recipe he needs going into the season for it to happen. We need laissez-faire Hap.
Right.
So,
no, I like that. I kind of like, at this point, nothing else is going to do it. I just got to trust this left arm that the good Lord gave me.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Start a new diet? I'm in my 20th year in the league. Like this is it. Let's just get after it.
Do you want to do a whole spring training bingo? Should that be next episode?
If we need an episode, I feel like it's pretty repetitive from last year. But
a little bit. But the faces change.
Some faces do change.
But who's best shape of their life? I guess that was the original question.
Everyone, man. like honestly, they all say it. Judge won't say
Glaber's
it.
a layup, I think.
Yeah,
I think Glaber's a layup because he's playing short now. Gary probably.
He won't say it. People will say that about Gary.
People say it about him, yeah.
Because it's an English phrase, so I wonder, like, do the Spanish first speaking players even like say it?
Right. Does Stanton drop that? No, Stanton just drops it. I feel great.
Yeah, best shape of my life. Like, this is my whole life. I've been in the best shape. So
right.
For me to act like I'm in better shape now, then yes, I'm just a golden god of the body. So leave me alone.
Maybe Andujar. Maybe he plays that card. We don't know if the Latins play that card. Gardy.
No, it doesn't matter.
Obviously.
Who?
Gardy.
No, Gardy doesn't care.
I think he starts every interview with that. I'm in the best shape of my life.
I think Canely, Ottavino, a lot of the relievers.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really good Ottavino card. Like, yeah, I got a little worn out last year, but now I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm ready to pitch into November.
It's almost going to get too far where we go like more people are saying it ironically than actually saying it, and then it loses its luster.
Well, and the key is, because you're saying players aren't going to say it about themselves, a lot of spring training bingo is what are the reporters going to say, and it's going to be the who's lost 20 pounds, blah, blah, blah. And I think, like you said, Gary's not going to say it, but the media is going to say it about Gary.
Yeah, Boone will probably drop it in a joking manner.
There should be a Gardy joke about it. That'd be a really nice bingo square.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? This is VB. Just listening to your last voicemail episode, and you had a caller asking about the order that you put your cereal and milk in. My question is related to that, but when you add the milk to the cereal, is that milk a beverage? Is it a sauce? Or is it a broth? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Oh, my God. Okay. Gonna have to wrap my head around this one. I think I know the answer. I've never thought about it before. One of them, it's a broth, I think. It's like soup, mainly.
What is milk? Is that the question?
When you add it to cereal, or is it a beverage, a sauce, or a broth? I just think it's most like a broth.
I mean, if those are the choices, then yes, I think it's a broth.
If you had any choice in the world, what would you say?
I'd say it's milk.
Yeah, but that's not an option.
Exactly. But you said any choice in the world.
It's definitely a broth.
Where are you on the cheesecake stuff?
Cheesecake is a pie.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Named entirely wrong.
Yeah.
That's not up for debate.
I mean, it is. That's why people debate it. But
if you think cheesecake is a cake, not just by name, but by substance, you're entirely wrong. You're almost blind. Oh, my God. I thought we were at the end of the line voicemails. We got a lot more.
Look out. John Jake, Talkin boy. It's your boy Patty Mack from North Carolina. My question today, you can answer this together, or you can each come up with an answer if you'd like, is what would be your all-time Yankee starting nine of just your favorite Yankees? Doesn't have to be best career or anything like that. Just guys that you all like to see play. Looking forward to your answer. Thanks. I'll hang up and listen.
This is like an answer where you have to think about it a lot because people are going to say, like, how could you have not have chose that guy? And we're just doing it off this pretty quick.
The three names that jumped to my head, Bernie Williams, Luis Sojo, and Nestor Cortez.
Andy Phillips, Edward Ramirez, and Jabba Chamberlain.
Jorge on the bases, pinch running.
I actually did like Jabba a lot, though. And Andy Phillips. What of it?
Yo, John Boy, this is Julian Bustles, Twitter handle JuneYank6. Quick shout out, I don't know if you remember, but over a year ago you appeared on my short-lived podcast. That was back when you had 10,000 followers. And I just want to say watching your whole media empire grow to what it's become today has been awesome to watch, and congrats. Okay, anyways, my question. So I was watching the Super Bowl yesterday, and I was thinking, why doesn't MLB buy an ad to promote baseball during the Super Bowl? Because that's the most exposure on TV all year, and MLB could really use the exposure. Okay, thanks a lot. Peace out.
Would that be a weird look? I feel like it would get backlash. I feel people would be like, hey, we don't care. We're watching football right now. Like, don't even butt in. Like, I think it's better MLB just doesn't even, like, let football have football. Don't even acknowledge.
Yeah. Football be football, baseball be baseball. I think one of the better things I saw is Sunday Night Baseball. I think there was a lot of people that were like, hey, it's a little too late. And they pointed at the Super Bowl ratings and were like, you could have Sunday Night Baseball be a little earlier and you might actually get more interest. Because I feel like Sunday Night Baseball, I mean, yeah, Sunday Night Football is a thing. I get that. But football is also a religion for people where there's 16 games. So if your team is playing, you don't mind sacrificing one Sunday. I mean, over 162, if you've got a big week ahead of you, you're not necessarily living for that Sunday Night Baseball game to stay up till 12:30.
I think they don't want any competition within the market. It might even be part of the thing. Because if you started at 6 o'clock, you're going to have some games on the West Coast ending still.
And that's fine.
I know, but I think that might be the reasoning behind it.
Right. But yeah, no, let baseball be baseball. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yo, what it do, Talkin Yanks? It's your boy Cameron from the town. So last night I was like going through the John Boy Media like archives, like looking at the old videos from when I started listening. When you guys go to spring training, can you please do a Yankees batting stance challenge again? That was so funny. And if you do it again, like I think that's like the best content you've ever created. It's hilarious. Maybe I'll see you guys in Tampa. Maybe not. Go Yanks.
That video is brutal.
It's tough.
Well, what happened was I thought we were just doing batting stance. But I don't know if it was you or Luke who were like, no, you have to actually do the swing too. I was like, what? That's not what batting. I was just doing the stance.
You did something really weird. You did, did you want to do, I think you wanted to do the lefty stance as righty. And we were like, no way, bro.
when you guys said we had to swing, I was like, I can't do the lefty swing.
Right.
And I didn't
You
want
did
to.
something a little weird. I think me and Luke were on the same page on that.
You guys wanted to swing. I didn't want to swing.
I mean, can't help you there.
Yeah.
But no, it was brutal. It was a brutal ask. Yeah, I mean, a couple of the stances stick out, but I mean, for dudes that watch every game, like, still a brutal ask.
It's tough. And we told ourselves we weren't allowed to look them up beforehand.
Right.
So just so stupid.
Content.
We got another Boobach call.
Hey, it's Boobach again, fellas. Just curious, Jim, if you got your heater issues figured out. I'm glad I could help. Maybe I didn't help at all. Who knows? But I thought of this today at work. Once Jake gets in the office, it doesn't matter if the heaters are on or not, because it's going to be hot in there. So that's all I got, boys. Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, people have been calling you the furnace for a while.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you just bring the heat.
Toilet Nostradamus.
Yeah. The heat, I did turn it off. Boobach, I sent a picture of the top of it to Boobach because he said he could help. I said, what do I twist? Because the ones in my apartment are very easy. Like, you can obviously tell what to twist. It's a little more complicated. I got it off, though. Very happy.
Proud of you.
I also got my root canal finished. They capped my tooth.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you complain? Did you get a refund?
No, because according to our caller who helped me out, she said the LA people are the ones that will grant it. And like, I got to find who they were. And then, they're not going to actually grant it. They're going to be jerks about it. So I got a good tooth now.
Well,
I had a hole in my
our callers.
I trust the caller. I trust her that that's what they should do. I just don't trust that they're actually going to do it. They have my money. Jake, I had a hole in my tooth for a month, and now I don't have a hole in my tooth anymore, and it feels weird. Isn't that weird?
It is a little weird.
Look out. Long-time listener, first-time caller. It's Mark Scalzo. I had to call in because last voicemail episode didn't really talk about baseball much. We were talking endodontists, talking teeth, talking burns. I want to talk about baseball, damn it. So here's a baseball question that will hopefully bring this voicemail podcast back to greatness. Who do you think has the biggest sweet tooth on the Yankees? Like really bad teeth. Cavities every visit, maybe throw in a root canal here and there. Who just isn't concerned with their dental hygiene? Thanks, guys. Later.
2018 Canely. 6 Red Bulls a day. That's my answer. I mean, Cece talks about donuts before every game.
Yeah.
He really likes the donuts places, so that.
I think when you get a certain amount of money in life, I think you give a big check to the dentist and you say, make my teeth good, and you're covered.
You get the, what Steve-O and all the guys from Jackass have. Dallas Braden has them.
Right.
What are they called? Dentures? Veneers?
Porcelain teeth, veneers.
Are you going to get new teeth?
One of our buddies got porcelain teeth, and he'd walk around and tell people he's got a toilet mouth, which used to crack me up.
He got them because he got hit by a
moped.
He was crossing the street, and someone riding a moped ran right into his face.
Yeah.
What an idiot. Are you going to get new teeth ever?
I think at a certain point, I'd say a 10-year mark. Yeah, I think maybe if there's kids, then I can be like, oh, kids, look how good my teeth are. Take care of yours. And then they'll be like, wow, yeah, dad has really nice teeth. And then they turn 18 and I'm like, A, your dad's a loser. B, these are so fake. You're an idiot.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
I think you got nice teeth, no?
They're okay. They could be whiter. I didn't take great care of them when I was young, but they're a nice set of chompers.
Okay. Good for you.
I had a huge underbite. Did you know that?
No.
like massive bulldog underbite.
When?
And I had a retainer, like second grade, third grade.
Can you send some pictures?
Yeah, I'll see what I can hunt down.
Underbite. I was picturing an overbite. Underbite's
No.
hilarious.
Yeah, bulldog. I'm eerily similar to a bulldog.
Yeah. Little meatball bulldog.
Why'd you say meatball in there?
That was the bulldog's name. If you were a bulldog, that would be the name, and that's obvious.
There's a good chance it'd be Meatball the Bulldog.
Okay, thank you. Last call.
Hey, this is Tim from Chicago. I don't have a baseball question for you guys, but I have one about Meredith Marakovitz. So, who on the team has a crush on Meredith? I mean, come on. She's pretty stunning. She's tall, so you got to imagine a tall one would look good with her. But who do you think has a crush on her, and who do you think she has a crush on? All right, have fun with this one. All right, bye.
Well, we know she has a crush on Susan Waldman.
Right.
And Susan's got a crush on her.
Besties.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a like who's got a crush on Brian Hoke?
Kratz.
Kratz, he's like, I'm digging your vibe, Hoke.
Yeah, I like what you're putting down.
Yeah. No, I see why you think it's a fun question, but it borderlines like sexist type stuff, so no.
Meredith's a dear friend. Everyone has a crush on her.
Yeah, how about that?
And who does Meredith have a crush on? Susan Waldman, easy. Dono, easy. All the same people I have a crush on, basically.
I mean, I told Meredith after winter meetings that I have a girlfriend, so maybe there's a little bit of that, like, she's like, oh, well, you can't have what you can't have, you know?
Yeah. Wasn't her exact quote like, if you put one of you on top of one of you, maybe I'd think about it?
Yeah, I think she said something like, enjoy fucking your dog or something.
You are a bulldog.
Something along those lines.
No, it was not that exactly. It was something
But it wasn't
similar.
that exact quote.
No, it was something similar. Yeah. That's the end of the voicemails.
Yeah.
How do you think it went?
I think it went pretty well. A lot of Lookout crew came out today, huh?
Yeah, a lot of Lookout. Look out.
Shout out. Kenny Singleton, enjoying retirement by doing another year in the S booth.
So, dude, he's horrible at retiring, and I ain't lying.
Not a good retirer.
No, one of the worst we've seen in a while. Since Clemens, Favre, Kenny Singleton.
No, I'll end it on a nice Yankees note, Jim. I am starting to get excited for, like, you know, people have been doing the Yes intro music and like, oh, when this noise kicks in, and like, okay, that's kind of a easy tweet for likes, whatever. But like some of the dynamics, like when Kay and Singleton in the booth and Kay just says as many old man jokes as he can to get Kenny off kilter, just like all those fun little dynamics. I mean, I'm starting to get that itch pretty good.
I am just excited about everything.
Wow.
And that's it. You've been wearing that jacket a lot. It looks good. I like it.
Does look good.
It does. All right, we will be back Monday night, Tuesday morning with another episode. And yeah, maybe we'll do spring training bingo. Maybe we'll have more news, or maybe we'll find a Twitter question as we get through the lull before spring training officially begins. And don't forget, February 29th, we are going to be at Tampa at George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, hosting an event. Come watch the game with us. Jake will be there. I'll be there. I think Keith McPherson will be there. I think even maybe Joe's will be there. Whole crew will be there. We're selling tickets right now. It includes all you can drink beer and wine and all you can eat food for the duration of the game. A nice little closed off section just for Talkin' Yanks fans. So head on down to spring training. Go grab a ticket. Talkin' Yanks. What is it? Shop.talkinyanks.com. Yeah, shop.talkinyanks.com. Go grab a ticket. It'll be a lot of fun. Thank you very much to everyone that called in. Thank you for everyone that listens. Rate, subscribe, review. Tell Jake glad you don't have an underbite anymore. Tell him that. That'll be nice. See you later. Go Yanks. Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.